Disturbing news from the national capital. At least 18 people are feared dead following panic and chaos on the platforms of the New Delhi railway station, which resulted in a stampede. Out of the 18 feared dead, 9 are women and there are children as well. Taking stock of the situation, the Railways Minister has ordered a high-level probe. According to the statement from the Delhi police, a stampede occurred on platform 14 of the New Delhi railway station and at the escalator near platform 16. In response to the incident, the Union Health Minister JP Nadda has instructed the doctors and officials to assist those who are injured in the stampede. The families of those dead are still in shock, and Times Now spoke to some of the eyewitnesses and the victims as they poured their heart out, and they spoke about the 10 minutes that resulted in this tragedy. My colleagues Pradeep Datta as well as Isha joining us on the broadcast. Pradeep is joining us from the New Delhi railway station. Pradeep, very, very unfortunate tragedy. More and more details are now coming in on what actually led to this incident. Officials coming out to say that there were train delays and excessive ticket sales.
Yes, a very unfortunate, tragic incident. Right now, I'm at the platform 14, where actually this incident took place, because of which 18 people lost their lives, which included 14 women. And already the authorities are now coming out with a statement. They say that there are 2-3 reasons for this stampede. One, there had been delay in the train. Second, there was excessive sale of tickets, because already these platforms were jam-packed. And all of a sudden, what we had been told by the eyewitness, that there was an announcement that there is a special train on platform number 16. And you can very well understand, when our platform is jam-packed and then there is an announcement, people all of a sudden, they started rushing from this staircase. They started moving toward platform number 16, because of which there was complete chaos. There was a complete panic, and people started tumbling over each other. Let me show you. This is the staircase that leads towards the platform number 40. This is the place where actually this incident took place, and that that sudden rush led to the frantic scramble. And because of the frantic scramble, the people started tumbling over each other, and because of which there was a suffocation, and suffocation led to a death of 18 people, and many others were critically injured. Immediately after that, the protection force and even the people who are working here, they started shifting the injured to hospital. An inquiry has already been ordered, which the railway minister said the high-level inquiry has been ordered. Right now, what they will be looking into is their first priority is set to ensure that all those injured are getting the best of the treatment. And the second thing is that we will look into the CCTV footage. They will scan. Let me show you. Look at the belongings. See, these telltale signs, they narrate the whole story. As you can see, still the water bottle lying here, chips packet lying here, some of the belongings lying here, sandals lying here. One can very well understand what must have happened at about 9:30 p.m. yesterday, while the people were moving from this part to the other part of the platform. If we look at the visuals yesterday, because here the people were lying on the staircase, and there were also the belongings littered all around. Though the staircase has been cleared and everything seems to be normal, but the life is not going to be normal for those who have lost their near and dear ones, because they are heart-wrenching stories. Because happily they were moving towards their respective destination. Nobody had thought that this will be a very tragic ending, where they will be losing their near and dear one, and they will be going along with their body bags to their respective places instead of going happily back to their home, because many of them had returned back. Some of them were going to Prayagraj. So this is a very tragic story. But right now the focus will be also on, one, providing the best of the treatment to the injured. The second thing is about the inquiry. One, they will be scanning the CCTV footage, because there are CCTV cameras installed here. Second, they will be taking the eyewitness account also, and they will try to find out what really led to the kind of a mismanagement, because accordingly they will be fixing that whosoever will be responsible for action will be initiated in this, so that such incidents are not repeated. Let me show you right now the measures that have been taken, the crowd management measures that have been taken here. See, they have tied a rope. They have tied a rope. That means they have bifurcated the platform into 3 halves, so that the people who have to board the train, they have to stand on this side of the rope. The people who are otherwise moving around, they can walk from this side, so that they can properly manage crowd. But yesterday, what we have been told, and visuals narrate the whole story, because this platform was completely jam-packed, and all of a sudden, when there is an announcement that there is a train waiting at platform number 16, the people started running, and because of that frantic scramble that led to the people tumbling over each other, they're falling over each other, that led to suffocation, because of which 18 precious lives were lost, which included 14 women. Immediately after that, the rapid action, the railway protection force, as well as the other police personnel, the national sport administration people came out to this place. They tried to shift injured to hospital, and they were taken immediately immediately to that place so that the best of the treatment can be provided to them, that their lives can be saved. But now the question arises, what really led to the excessive sale of tickets? So that will also be looked into. The inquiry will be conducted so that such incidents are not repeated again. Because this is the place, let me again show you. This is the place actually where the people were waiting for boarding a train for Prayagraj, because they wanted to go to Prayagraj. They wanted to offer prayers so that all their prayers are answered. It was with that thought they were waiting here, and then suddenly there was a heavy rush of people, the surge of crowd that coming from the other side, and then announcement. And in the meantime, and we saw that people just falling over each other. That led to suffocation. Right now, if you look at the situation here at the New Delhi railway station, everything appears so normal. No one can say that anything had happened. But how to make those family members really forget that tragedy, because no one is going to forget that tragedy, because this is going to remain with them throughout their life, losing their near and dear one. What really happened last night at about 9:30 p.m. So now at this time for the authorities to roll down their heads, pull their socks, pull their sleeves to ensure that such incidents are not repeated. Though enough measures have been taken short while back, even the NDRF team officials were also speaking to Times Network. They were saying that when they came out to this place, already the injured had been shifted to hospital, because the people here also started helping each other, because many of them people, those who were lying here, because it was getting very difficult, because some of them got suffocated because they were simply pushed towards this side of the grill, because that on the sides of the staircase, and they also lost life because of that reason. So it was a very difficult scene here, the tragic scene here. So this is the place where actually those morning hours there had been a special train to Varanasi, because of which the crowd has been evacuated so that more and more people can visit. But that is not enough, because certain measures are still to be taken, because people were aware of that here the railway authorities, that there is a heavy rush, they have to take certain measures.
Yes. So Pradeep, so these questions remain. If there was overselling of the tickets, were the authorities not aware that there will be a huge crowd that will gather? If there is a delay in train as well, will the message not be sent out to the officials? We are told that police officials were present at the spot, but they were very clearly outnumbered by the number of passengers who were there on the platform, which led to this stampede. In fact, Pradeep Datta also spoke to the Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla, who was there at the spot. Here's what he said.
Has inquiry been ordered in this regard? You have taken the stock of the situation, sir?
जो घटना घटी पीड़ादायक है।
क्या कहना चाहेंगे सर इस समय जो उनको पीड़ित जो लोग जिनके घायल हुए हैं और जो
घायल हुए हैं उनके परिवारों के प्रति मेरी श्रद्धांजलि है, और ऐसी घटना न पुनरावृत्ति हो इसके लिए प्रयास करें।
आप हॉस्पिटल भी सर गए थे उनके लिए? घटना को आप सर हॉस्पिटल भी गए थे मिलने के लिए अभी परिवार के सदस्य?
सर किस तरीके से मामले की जांच होगी?
लोगों का यहाँ पे कहना है कि ये शिफ्टिंग की वजह से हुआ, कभी एक जगह से कभी दूसरी जगह से, अनाउंसमेंट की वजह से।
मैं भी उतरा हूँ कुंभ से, सारी घटना की जानकारी।
सर कई सवाल खड़े हो रहे हैं कि जब ये अनुमान था कि लोगों की भारी भीड़ होगी, ट्रेनें
क्राउड मैनेजमेंट कहते पॉपुलर
जो भी घटना घटी पीड़ादायक है, और हम सब ऐसी घटना की पुनरावृत्ति न हो और उनके परिवार के प्रति अपनी संवेदना व्यक्त करते हैं।
All right, let's get you more breaking updates now coming in. The DCP, after reviewing the situation at the New Delhi railway station, has said that an investigation is underway. It will be conducted to find out what led to the deaths of so many passengers, saying that the death toll will be verified with the hospital.
कितने लोगों की डेथ हुई अभी कोई जानकारी मिल पाई सर?
अभी हॉस्पिटल से जब कंफर्मेशन आएगी विल शेयर विद द मीडिया।
एफआईआर भी दर्ज होगी सर?
अराउंड 18 का हमें लिस्ट मिली थी, लेकिन अभी जो कंफर्मेशन अबाउट द करंट स्टेटस आने के बाद विल अपडेट देंगे।
किस वजह से भगदड़ मची?
जो बेसिकली एक टाइम पे ट्रेन का डिले, कुछ तो ट्रेन डिले हो गई थी, और उसके अलावा कुछ एक्स्ट्रा टिकट्स थी जो कि लोगों ने उस टाइम पे परचेज करी थी प्रयागराज के लिए और स्टेशन के लिए। वो सारा क्राउड इन कुछ प्लेटफॉर्म्स पे ज्यादा इकट्ठा हो गया, उसमें थोड़ी भगदड़।
क्या क्राउड का अंदाजा नहीं लगा पाए सर आप लोग? क्राउड का अंदाजा नहीं लगा पाए थे?
क्राउड का अंदाजा हम लोगों ने लगाया था, और सिचुएशन में बता रहा हूँ, जो पूरा टाइम फ्रैक्शन ऑफ द टाइम जिसमें 10 मिनट में हुआ, उसमें ज्यादा लोगों का आना उसके अलावा 2 ट्रेन का डिले होना। बाकी ये मैटर जो है एग्जैक्टली जो फैक्ट फाइंडिंग है वो रेलवे की तरफ से फैक्ट फाइंडिंग होगी। हमारी तरफ से जो है हमारा आज के दिन का काम एज ए जीआरपी हमारा है फॉर द इंक्वेस्ट एंड अदर प्रोसीडिंग, वो हमारी यूनिट कर रही है।
3 नंबर प्लेटफॉर्म के लोगों को 13 नंबर पर आने की जानकारी दी गई, इस वजह से माना जा रहा है कि
नहीं, ऐसा 3 से 13 का कोई नहीं था। एक स्पेशल ट्रेन रेलवे की तरफ से चलनी थी, वो स्पेशल ट्रेन की अनाउंसमेंट जरूर हुई, बट एज सच कोई चेंज ऑफ प्लेटफॉर्म जब वो जो पॉइंट है वो एज सच अभी हमारे नोटिस में नहीं आया।
जानकारी शाम 6।
So these are the questions that continue to remain. Did the officials not anticipate the kind of crowds that would be coming in, considering 2 trains are delayed and they had information that there is excessive ticket sales that has taken place? Shivam is also joining us from the Old Delhi railway station. But before I go to him, let's take in a word from Isha as well, who's joining us from the LNJP hospital. Isha, what are the updates on the death toll? Any confirmation coming in from the hospital?
Pratibha, the death toll is currently at 18. 3 bodies are at the Lady Harding Hospital and the others are at the LNJP hospital, where we have been bringing updates from. You can see here that this entire area has been cordoned off by security, and we can see that security is still present in large numbers. You can see that that several empty ambulances have also been placed here, and in a few hours from now we are expecting that the bodies which are now in the mortuary of the LNJP will further move towards for cremation. But last night we saw VK Saxena, the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi, along with Virendra Sachdeva and the former Chief Minister of Delhi, Atishi, also arrived. In fact, interestingly, both were here at the same point. And we also spoke to eyewitnesses. They stated that this was a complete mismanagement of the railway authorities and that they could not have anticipated any of this. And even if they could have anticipated, they should have had better ways to deal with a situation like that. They should have had better combat ways to deal with a situation that unprecedented, which has resulted into the demise of 18 people, which does include children and women as well. In fact, this is an area which has been buzzing all night. Ambulances have been going in and out. Family members have been arriving here and they have been expressing their discontentment with the authorities for their alleged mismanagement. Back to you.
Absolutely. This is where the families are coming in with stories of what happened, the unfortunate incident as it unfolded, many of them with their family members. Majority of those who have lost their lives are women and children. Shivam is also live with us. And Shivam, in any train, general bogie has a capacity of about 100 passengers. There are about 5 general bogies in each of these trains. There are charges that excessive ticket selling has taken place and the authorities were not able to manage the crowd. What's the situation there now?
Well, Pratibha, if this kind of an event happened at a certain place, this raises an eyebrows on almost all railway station of that particular city. We are currently present at the Old Delhi railway station, and here also you can see the crowd has come. These are the people who were supposed to go to Prayagraj in a train called Mahananda Express. The train was scheduled at 7:30 in the morning, but now the train has been delayed, and it has been delayed for more than 7 hours and 30 minutes. Now the train will come around 3 in the afternoon. So the question arises, what will happen to these people? Because traveling in India is itself an event. You pack a lot of stuff, you prepare to travel for like a 12-hour journey, and then you have to arrange stuff also, and you travel even before that to reach the station also in such a big metro station. You have to travel. So we'll again try and talk to certain people who have come from, who were going to Prayagraj from Delhi. बात करते हैं उनसे. मैम, क्या नाम है आपका? कहाँ जा रहे थे?
हम प्रयागराज जा रहे हैं।
प्रयागराज जा रहे हैं?
हाँ जी।
कहाँ से आए हैं आप?
हम पंजाबी बाग दिल्ली से आए हैं।
दिल्ली से आए हैं। सुबह कितने बजे के आसपास निकले थे आप?
हम सुबह निकले हैं यहाँ 6:15 बजे करीब।
5 बजे के? 5 बजे के आसपास आप यहाँ से? रिजर्वेशन वगैरह सब था आपने?
हाँ जी, हाँ जी।
कब पता लगा आपको कि ये ट्रेन डिले हो गई?
जब आप स्टेशन पे आके आपने बताया तब पता चला हमें। जब आपने बताया,
क्या बोला?
जब आपने बताया तभी पता लगा कि ट्रेन इतना ज्यादा लेट हो गई।
आपको हमसे पता लगा है ट्रेन लेट हुई है, स्टेशन से या अथॉरिटी से?
हमें मुझे नहीं पता था एक्चुअली।
और टिकट मतलब कितना, क्योंकि प्रयागराज का समय है तो कितना पहले बुक कराना पड़ता है?
पहले 1 मंथ पहले करवा।
Okay, Shivam. So many of the passengers talking about how they've been waiting there for hours, and that's a story in one railway station, similar in the other stations as well. In fact, we have eyewitnesses as well who are revealing the entire horror as it unfolded. They are recalling the night of the chaos and spoke about what really happened. Let's listen in.
We are currently present at platform number 16, and this is where people are also alleging that a stampede-like situation was created here as well, and there was a lot of ruckus created. We'll open this up, have a conversation with the people who are key eyewitnesses. यहाँ पे क्या हुआ, आपने क्या देखा, अपना नाम बताएं पहले।
मेरा नाम सालू सिंह है जी। जो औरत लेडीज जो जिसका कांड हुआ है, जो भी घटना हुआ ये हमारे आंख के सामने हुआ, और वो लेडीज ये बात हमसे खुद तक बोल रही थी कि बाबू लग रहा है मैं नहीं बचूंगी। ये
देखा आप लोगों ने देखा क्या?
मैंने ये चीज देखा कि वो इतनी दबी हुई थी, इतनी ज्यादा दबी हुई थी।
कितने लोग थे, कितने लोग आप बोल रहे हो?
बहुत लोगों की तो कोई कमी नहीं है मैडम,
गिनती नहीं हो सकती, इतने सारे लोग थे,
उसकी गिनती नहीं है।
और वहाँ पे कितने लोग आपको लगा कि दबे हुए हैं?
अरे बहुत लोग दबे हुए हैं, उसमें तो गिनती नहीं है, बहुत से लोग।
जो भीड़ थी
अच्छा,
बहुत ही ज्यादा तादाद में भीड़ थी, जिसके वजह से लोग भागदौड़ी में कुछ लोग दब गए पैरों के नीचे, जो उठ नहीं पाए।
आपके सामने आप कह रहे हैं कि आपने देखा लोगों का दम घुट रहा था, वहाँ पे क्या हो रहा था? वहाँ पे उनको कोई बचाने निकला?
पुलिस वाले एक थे जो कंट्रोल कर रहे थे, मगर उनका कंट्रोल का बाहर था। अच्छा ये बताइए, आप अगर खुद हम लोग अपनी जान नहीं बचा पाए तो फिर दूसरे को कैसे बचा?
आप लोग वहाँ से कैसे निकले?
दब के निकले, अपने सांस।
There is a lot of panic here. You can see they're still recounting the horror. क्या बोल रहे हैं मैम? क्या हुआ? अपना नाम बताएं।
गुड़िया सिंह।
हुआ क्या?
अरे बहुत भीड़ में हम लोग दबे हुए थे, इतने हम लोग जान ऐसे फंसा के कोई लेके जा रहा था, कहीं हाथ जा रहा है, कहीं पैर फंस रहा है, कहीं चुन्नी फंस रहा है, बहुत ज्यादा भीड़ था।
आप लोगों ने भी देखा? क्या देखा? अपना नाम बताएं मैम।
श्वेता।
क्या देखा आपने?
भीड़ बहुत थी, जितनी भी गाड़ी आती थी सब उसमें आदमी एकदम भरे जाते थे।
अच्छा, तो आप वहाँ से अपनी जान बचा के कैसे भागी?
हम लोग बहुत भीड़ था, हम लोग साइड में ही थे, हम लोग भीड़ में नहीं गए थे।
So you can see here people are still extremely panicky and stating that they saw a lot of crowd. Isha with Manmeet for Times Now.
All right, so that was my colleague Isha speaking to several of the eyewitnesses who spoke about what happened on the in the few hours that the unfortunate incident took place. Pradeep is also live with us. Pradeep, many of these women recalling what a grim situation it was. They spoke about how the situation suddenly escalated. There were 2 trains that arrived there at the same time. The crowd was so much that they just couldn't do anything.
Yes, you're absolutely right. We're heart-wrenching stories. But these 10 minutes of tragedy and trauma that changed their life forever, because nobody had thought that this is going to have a tragic ending, that they are going to lose their near and dear one. Everything changed for them within that 10 minutes, because that was the time, one, as we had been discussing earlier also, that there was excessive sale of tickets, then this platform was completely jam-packed, and all of a sudden a similar kind of an announcement, as you can hearing in the background, that there was an announcement, move towards platform number 60. That was the reason that people started rushing from this side. They started moving towards that staircase. And that was the time when they were moving towards the staircase, that frantic scramble led people to fall on each other, that led to suffocation, and within 10 minutes, 18 precious lives were lost. Many others were critically injured, and those critically injured were evacuated to hospital where they are undergoing treatment, and each one of them had been asking this question, that why the proper management had not been there, why there was a delay in train, because they knew that there is an excessive sale of tickets. So now it's all a matter of inquiry, because at the end of the day they will have to fix responsibility for that, what really went wrong, why there was a delay, why all of a sudden there was an announcement, why there was no proper crowd management, why this thing happened, because such an incident would have been avoided. Because when people come out of their home, they were planning to move towards Prayagraj, because they wanted to offer prayers there, they wanted their prayers to be answered, they wanted a better, prosperous future. None of them had imagined that this is going to be a tragic ending for many of them, though they will be losing their near and dear one. And let me tell you, because let me again take you towards the place, because right now though this staircase is completely clear, but yesterday if you look at the visuals, people were lying there on the ground, some of them were lying lifeless, and still you can see the telltale signs are visible. You can see the eatables that they were carrying, water bottles they were carrying, sandals are lying here, and even you can find those juice bottles also here scattered. So that narrates the story of tragedy and trauma, that 10 minutes of tragedy and trauma that changed their life forever. And now I think the railway authorities will have to answer those questions. Inquiry has already been ordered. What we had been told by the authorities that they are going to scan CCTV footage. They're also going to interact with those eyewitnesses. They are going to speak to the people who were there on spot. And they will also try to interact with some of the officials to find out what really went wrong, why this incident, so that the responsibility can be fixed. And whosoever is found responsible, action can be initiated so that this incident is not repeated anymore. Such things do not happen. But right now, all I can say, everything here at the Delhi railway station, platform number 14, where this tragic incident took place, everything appears normal. Because if you look at the situation on the ground, no one can imagine that that tragedy of such a scale happened here at platform number 14. For crowd management, you can see they have tied the rope also. With the help of the rope, they are trying to bifurcate this platform into two halves so that the people who will be boarding a train, they'll be standing on this side of the rope and they'll be here. And other people who can walk freely from this area so that they do not face any kind of a problem. And see, right now, you will find that there is hardly any person because special trains were made to run from this area so that they can evacuate the people who have to go to their respective destination so that there is no more a crowd. Things have been managed, but this thing should have been done earlier also. Had everything been done earlier, I think this tragedy would have been easily avoided because they knew why there had been excessive sale of tickets. The biggest ever question is that why there was a delay in train. If there was a delay in train, why the measures were not taken to ensure proper crowd management, and why all of a sudden there was an announcement. They should have anticipated that a sudden announcement will lead people to rush towards the other platform that would have led to a tragedy that would have been easily avoided. But yes, 10 minutes of trauma and tragedy, and this is going to leave an indelible mark on the psyche of the people who lost their lives for life of their near and dear one.
Absolutely, and the questions will continue to come in. Were the authorities not aware that there has been excessive ticket sale? Were they not aware that the trains have been delayed? And if yes, why was there not enough crowd management at the spot? It all happened within 10 minutes and we're told that the officials were outnumbered. But the question is, if they had the information about this, if they anticipated this kind of a crowd, why did they not take action? Requesting Isha, Shivam as well as Pradeep to stay with us. We're slipping into a very short break here. We'll be right back. Do stay with us.